Hello and welcome to Tech Anim Studios. So this is the breakdown video of my procedural turn-in-place system. In this video, I will let you know guys how I have achieved this procedural turn-in-place. So let's get started. So first of all, what I will do is I have this leg manager component. I will disable this and I will disable all the things on my animation blueprint as well. So now if I hit play, you will notice that my character is always orienting towards the controller desired rotation. I will add a arrow component to show the capsule rotation as well. And you can see my character mesh is always facing in the capsule direction. So let's first add the offset root bound node in our animation graph. So what this will do is we have set up the rotation mode to accumulate, and rotation half-life we have set it to 0.1. And now if I rotate, you can notice that my character mesh always stays in place no matter where I am facing when begin play. Okay, so what I will do next is inside my character blueprint, I have added a scene component which is mesh root, and I have added two small spheres, one for right foot and one for left foot. If I set hidden in game to false, and I will show you guys because I am in construction ship setting up the world location of my feet, foot R mesh and foot L mesh to basically where my character mesh feet are. So now if I hit play, you can notice that these are two spheres which are exactly at the point where the character feet are. So now if I rotate, you can see the spheres are the point where the feet should be. So now if let's say if I perform turn in place, so the target for each foot would be sphere of right foot mesh and sphere for left foot mesh. See, so this is now done, and in my tick graph, like event tick for testing, I am checking if my control mesh root rotation with a 90 offset, because our mesh is minus 90 offset, is with my current rotation, current rotation. So if the delta between these two rotators is greater than for my minimum turn in place angle, if I debug it over here, you can see the offset is showing in print string. So if the offset is negative, which means we should perform the turn in place towards right and vice versa. Okay, so if the angle is, let's say, greater than 45, what I will do is perform turn in place. I will set the variable to perform turn in place. And next thing is I have this scene component which I have created separately. I have called it procedural leg manager. So what we need to do is we need to add this leg manager to each our leg. Let's say we have this foot L and foot R mesh. I have added this leg manager scene component. I have this selected over here, and you can see I can add this procedure leg manager component. So this will represent my each leg. So I have this boolean for which represents my right leg and left leg. So if we have added to our foot R, we can set the right leg to true and same left leg to false, and we have this option for turn in place speed as well. So now if our condition for turn in place to true, what I will simply do in my character blueprint is grabbing my right tag and call the perform turn in place. That's it on each leg. So let's say if I first of all connect these two. So I will call perform turn in place on my right tag, and with a delay of which is a dynamic value, I will call the perform turn in place on my left leg. So now the remaining logic is inside my leg manager. So now if I hit play, let's say what I will show you guys is leg position. Here you can see draw debug coordinate debug sphere. So now the leg manager is added to both of my legs, foot R and foot L. And now if I hit play, you can see the default the location of each leg is showing. I need to connect this, and duration of 5 seconds. Here you can see this is the start location of our leg manager for each fit. So now we have the leg position in our leg manager. What we will do is we need to get the reference of our current animation blueprint, this one. So here I have grabbed the reference of my current animation blueprint, and inside our animation blueprint we have our variable for foot R and foot L location. For foot L turn in place, foot R turn in place. So based on our boolean, which is if we are right leg is true or left leg, which we can set the variable for foot R and foot L. Pretty simple right now. Now when we call perform turn in place, we are calling this function perform turn in place, performing turn in place, and based on our current position we are setting our leg start position. So this is our leg start position. So when perform turn in place will true, in the event tick we have this timer. I have this very float value which I am increasing over time. So I am taking 1 second as a general time for it. We can multiply the world data second to change the turn in place speed to slower or faster. For example, here I've changed the turn in place speed to 3 and multiplying the delta second with 3, so that we have a we can cover the 1 second duration quickly. So if our time is less than 0, if it's less than 1, we are increasing our time, which means we are going from 0 to 1, and simply we are updating our leg position variable with our leg start current position, and this is our target position. So our target position is pretty simple. Our current this will be our current world location of our current. If I debug it over here, since these components are attached to our feed mesh, so you will notice that the world position represents our target foot location. See, this represents our target foot location. So this is our target fit location. I am adding using a sphere trace or line trace for feet IK properly to properly plant the feet on a correct surface and updating the variable. And then if we have the right leg, we can update our right foot variable. If we have left leg, we can update our left foot variable. And then we can call this align mesh procedure turn in place. So since we have this node offset root bone, so we have the rotation mode accumulate. So when we need to perform the turn in place, we need to align our mesh with the current actor rotation. So what we will do is simply set the rotation mode to release, so that our mesh smoothly correct itself and align with the character rotation. So now if I hit play, I have added this condition as well, and lag manager is activated as well. And now if I rotate, you can see my mesh. So when the offset becomes greater than 45, my mesh character mesh align itself with the character rotation. See, currently we are not performing any turn in place. We are simply aligning our mesh, and we have this sphere traces where our legs should be. So for now it is pretty simple. Now we need is a full body IK. So for the full body IK, what I have we have here, I have made this leg IK rig procedural turn in place. So this is my IK rig. It is pretty simple. We have 2 feet. I have added the new full body IK solver, and the goals are left foot and right foot. I have added the pelvis goal as well. So now if I move my any feet, you can see we have proper IK. See, we can perform turn in place using by updating this position. So I have added the pelvis goal here as well, and added a full body IK setting. So there, and setting the rotation stiffness to 0.95. So if I set it to 0, you will notice that my upper body also affect, see, which I don't want. So that's why I have added the full body IK setting and set it to 0.95. I can have a little rotation effect, but not that much. And similarly, I have added changed the position stiffness to 0.5 as well. And now we have these 2 IK goals. I have simply exposed these positions to my animation blueprint, and here we have this IK rig. So now if I activate my IK rig, and now if I perform turn in place, see, my legs are properly adjusting with the correct feet position. So right now there is not any upper body animation involved. Our mesh aligns with the actor rotation smoothly, and our legs are properly adjusted with the correct feet position. So here if I, let's say, change the speed of turn in place, let's say I have the speed to 2, and so it's since it's a dynamic value, we have this speed effect over here. We are dividing one divided by our current target speed, that will be our delay for second leg. So if I, let's say, disable these conditions, you can see our one leg is orienting. See, so that's why we have this delay, dynamic delay, so that when one leg adjusts itself, we can activate the turn in place on our second leg. So I have set the turn in place to 2. You can see now the turn in place is really slow. Similarly, if I change this speed to 5, see, the turn in place is really fast now. So I have set it back to 3. So now we have our turn in place, legs are properly adjusting. So what I have done here extra is, okay, I need to connect this as well. So what I have done extra is I have created 2 poses for my right turn in place and left turn in place, and I am triggering that poses based on our current turn in place direction. So here we have turn right pose. So this is a simple pose for our mesh space. So this is additive animation, additive pose on our mesh space. You can see I have simply adjusted the arms a bit, and spine, pelvis, just adjusting the pose however I want. And this pose for my left turn in place. And I am triggering that poses when my each turn in place triggers. So now with this you can see we have a small upper body animation as well. See how cool is it? So since it is a procedural, like our feeds are properly adopting because of turning sphere. If I move it over here, you can see the feeds are properly adopting the terrain as well. So I hope you guys like this video, and I have always also provided the project files on my Patreon. So if you would like to uh, play around with the project files or whatsoever, you can grab that project files on my Patreon page, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.